Did you know that the current world population of 7.3 billion is projected to reach nearly 10 billion in 2050? And this rapid population growth will result in a growing demand for food, with rice production having to increase about 1% annually to feed the world. So it's crucial for us now to maximize the yield of rice, the yield of a staple food for more than half of world's population. How? By increasing biomass production, which is determined mainly by the balance between two major physiological processes in plants, photosynthesis and respiration. And these two processes are interrelated. It's a cycle. Photosynthesis allows atmospheric carbon gains, and respiration releases as much as 2/3 of that total carbon back to the atmosphere. But wait, do plants really respire? Well, the answer is yes. They do respire just like us humans. In plants, respiration breaks down sugars of photosynthesis to produce energy, to keep the plants alive, and to help them grow. And now, respiration is non-sensitive to temperature. However, we often see measurements of respiration in respiration and temperature studies are conducted at only one time point during the day, regardless of the growth temperatures. The extent to which respiration varies throughout the day-night cycle is still unclear, especially in rice. So my research is basically about trying to find out if there is any variation in respiration occurs diurnally, and how does the diurnal pattern change with growth temperatures. So first things first, I grew my rice plants hydroponically in a glass house at 3 different temperature regimes. First at 25 degrees Celsius during the day and 20 degrees Celsius at night, and I called it as cold treatment. Second, 30-25 degrees Celsius as warm, and third, 40-35 degrees Celsius as hot. After 3 weeks, I measured the rates of respiration at 5 different time points in a single 24-hour period. At the middle of the day, which was 1 p.m., and also 2 hours before and after sunrise and sunset. Yes, you heard it right. Before and after sunrise and sunset. Can you imagine coming to the glass house at 4:30 in the morning and do the measurements? Well, it's unspeakable really. So what do I got after the most memorable 24-hour period in my life so far? A single graph with 3 lines on it. Blue for cold, orange for warm, and red for hot. The grey area represents the night time. I figured out that there were variations in respiration across the day-night cycle for plants grown under cold and warm temperature treatment. And it's interesting when the rates of respiration reduced at night. But contrastingly, there is no statistically significant interaction for plants grown under hot temperature treatment. Now, where to from here? Why there were diurnal variations for plants grown under cold and warm but not in hot? What mechanisms underpin this difference? Clearly, there must be something behind this, but what is that? To investigate, I'm planning to start with metabolic profiling to identify metabolites that correlate with these variations in respiration. I know it's going to take some time, but I also know it's going to be worth it. Well, I'm doing something that I really love. I'm working with plants. Why I'm doing this? Because I want to give back to community. Specifically, by understanding respiration, we can improve what we know about biomass production, and people out there can use this knowledge, this information to maximize the yield of rice. And at the end of the day, we all can feed the world. Problem solved.